You know the moment. It's late. Your phone lights up. Not a text, not a call, just her name floating at the top of your story views. Maybe a random like. Maybe she unblocked you. Maybe she watched everything and said nothing. And instantly, your whole body shifts. Was that on purpose? Is she testing me? Should I say something? Does she miss me? Or am I doing this to myself again? You start replaying everything, the distance, the mixed signals, the almost relationship that felt way too real to be casual and way too confusing to be secure. And here's the truth nobody tells you. She didn't disappear because you meant nothing. She pulled away because at some level you meant too much in a way she didn't know how to hold. That matters. Because you're not crazy. You're not weak. And this isn't about you being broken, bro. Most guys go through this exact spiral and nobody ever explains what's actually happening underneath it. By the end of this video, you're going to understand the exact moment an avoidant starts realizing you were the one, what makes that realization hit even harder, and the mistakes that completely kill that effect before it ever has a chance to land. Let's get into it. Most guys believe when an avoidant pulls away, the answer is to push harder. More texts, more reassurance, more explanations, more, I just want clarity energy. But the real truth is this. Avoidants don't usually run because the connection is too weak. A lot of the time, they run because the connection starts feeling too real. She senses the depth. She feels the emotional weight building. Her energy shifts. Her gut starts reading closeness as pressure, even if you're doing everything right. So while you're thinking, if I just show her I care more, she'll finally relax, what she often feels is a wall going up inside her nervous system. That's the trap. Because with an avoidant, attraction doesn't deepen when you chase the bond. It deepens when your presence feels grounded enough that she can feel you without feeling trapped by you. Read that again. Not when you force the connection. Not when you explain the connection. Not when you beg for the connection. But when she can feel your value in the silence without you trying to sell it. That's when something shifts. That's when your absence stops feeling like a threat and starts feeling like a loss. That's when attraction becomes reflection. And reflection is where realization begins. So if you want that moment to hit harder, this is what actually creates it. 1. Stop giving her emotional insurance. Here's the part nobody talks about. Most guys keep giving an avoidant emotional insurance even after she pulls away. You stay available. You keep checking in. You send the "just making sure you're okay" text. You leave the emotional door cracked open so wide that she never has to feel your absence fully. And it feels noble. It feels mature. It feels loving. But emotionally, that's not how she experiences it. She feels your energy still sitting there, still waiting, still hoping, still orbiting. And when she can still feel that you're emotionally parked outside the door, her brain never has to confront the real cost of losing you. That's the deeper truth. Avoidants often only process your value once your presence is no longer cushioning them from the consequences of distance. Not punishment, not games, not fake coldness, just reality. Wrong approach sounds like this. Hey, no pressure, just wanted to see if you're okay. I'm here if you want to talk. Right approach is often no message at all, or if contact happens naturally, it sounds like this. Good to hear from you. I've been focused. Hope you've been well. Feel the difference. One says, I'm still emotionally waiting for you. The other says, I'm grounded with or without this. And when you do that, she feels the safety of your strength and the weight of your absence at the same time. 2. Let silence become information. And here's where it gets interesting. Most guys panic in silence. You treat silence like a problem to fix. You rush to fill the gap because empty space makes your mind scream. But with an avoidant, silence is rarely empty. Silence is data. Silence is emotion. Silence is where her nervous system finally has room to feel what your constant presence used to distract her from. This is the one most guys completely miss. Not loud confidence, not fake confidence, not I'll make her jealous confidence, but quiet, grounded, I know who I am confidence. That lands differently, because when you stop flooding the space, she starts hearing her own thoughts. And a lot of avoidants don't fully feel attachment in the moment. They feel it later, after the interaction, after the distance, after your energy has gone long enough for the emotional echo to show up. That's when her mind starts whispering, "Why does it feel different without him? Why do I miss the way he made me feel calm? Why am I checking if he's still there?" Wrong approach is double texting after a dry reply or posting cryptic stories every hour hoping she notices. Right approach is holding the silence without making it dramatic and letting your life keep moving with real momentum. Conversation isn't a performance, it's a dance. And silence between words is like silence between musical notes. That's where the rhythm lives. When you can hold that silence, man, she feels your emotional weight without your emotional pressure. And that's when the missing starts to feel real. 3. Your absence. Has to look like growth, not hurt. Here's the part that makes it hit hard. Most guys think absence alone is enough. It isn't. If she senses you're just sitting there wounded, frozen, secretly hoping she notices your pain, that doesn't create magnetic pull. It creates emotional heaviness. She may feel guilty. She may feel sad. But guilt is not attraction. And pity is not desire. What actually hits harder is when your absence has shape. You look different. You sound different. Your habits are sharper. Your energy is calmer. Your life feels more full. Not performative, real. Because now she isn't just feeling that you're gone, she's feeling that you kept becoming. That does something to her. Her brain starts comparing versions. The old him would have chased. The old him would have needed an answer. This version feels different. That internal shift matters because avoidants are deeply sensitive to emotional pressure, but they're also deeply affected by contrast. Wrong approach is posting gym selfies with obvious thirst traps, random girls in the background, and captions designed to sting. She reads that and thinks, he wants me to react. Right approach is quieter, cleaner, a more grounded vibe. You're working, traveling, building, laughing, living, not to prove a point. Because that's genuinely where your mindset has gone. Not revenge, not performance, not look what you lost. Just real forward motion. And when she sees that, she feels something avoidants hate feeling, but can't ignore, replacement level loss. That's when your absence stops feeling temporary and starts feeling permanent. 4. Stop making her the judge of your worth. This is the one most guys completely miss. Most guys secretly hand an avoidant all the power by making her response the scoreboard. If she texts, you feel high. If she goes cold, you crash. If she watches your story, you analyze it for 3 hours. If she disappears, your whole nervous system goes with her. She feels that. Even if you never say it out loud, she feels when your center of gravity is inside her hands. And the second she feels responsible for your emotional stability, attraction starts suffocating. Why? Because feminine attraction often grows around grounded masculine presence. Not domination, not emotional shutdown, not ego, but stable energy. The kind of energy that says, I can feel deeply without falling apart. That's rare. That's magnetic. That's what most guys never build. Wrong approach sounds like this. Just tell me where you stand because I can't keep doing this. Right approach sounds like this. I respect where you're at. I'm not forcing anything. I know what works for me. One is asking her to define your value. The other is showing her you already live from it. And here's the thing. The moment she realizes you were the one is often the moment she realizes you never actually needed her to complete you. Her brain goes, this guy doesn't need me to validate him. And weirdly enough, that's when she starts feeling drawn back toward you. Because when you stop making her your judge, she finally gets to feel you as a man, not a project. And that shift is powerful. 5. Give her emotional safety without emotional access. And here's where it gets even deeper. Most guys confuse emotional safety with unlimited access. You think being safe means always being there, always being open, always replying instantly, always making her comfortable no matter how inconsistent she is. That's not safety. That's over-availability. And over-availability kills tension. With an avoidant, the sweet spot is this. She needs to feel that you are emotionally safe, but not endlessly accessible on demand. Safe means calm. Safe means respectful. Safe means genuine. Accessible means she can pull your energy whenever she wants without earning consistency. Those are not the same thing. So when she reaches out, you don't punish. You don't lecture. You don't act bitter. But you also don't melt. Wrong approach. Oh my God, hey, I missed you. I've been wanting to talk. When are you free? Right approach. Hey, good to hear from you. I've been on a lot lately. What's up? Feel that energy. Not rude, not distant, not emotionally dead, but calm, present, and self-respecting. That matters because avoidants are incredibly sensitive to emotional volatility. If she feels anger, desperation, or instant emotional flooding from you, her system says, too much. But if she feels steady warmth with boundaries, her system says, this feels safe and different. Then her inner voice starts saying, why does he feel harder to shake now? Why do I feel more drawn to him now that he's not reaching? Why does this feel more real? And when you do that, she feels both comfort and mystery. That's emotional caffeine for her brain. 6. Make the connection feel rare, not convenient. Here's the part nobody talks about enough. Most guys try to win an avoidant back by becoming more convenient. You make yourself easier to access, more flexible, more accommodating, more ready. You think if you reduce all friction, she'll come closer. But the real truth is the opposite. People protect what feels rare. They drift from what feels endlessly available. An avoidant especially feels the value of connection when it stops feeling casual and starts feeling uncommon. Not because you're playing hard to get, because you actually have a life, standards, and a pace that doesn't revolve around her unpredictability. That changes the emotional math. Wrong approach is dropping everything the second she resurfaces. Late night text, you answer in 8 seconds. Random breadcrumb, you turn it into a full emotional reopening. Right approach is measured. You respond from your life, not from your hunger. You let her meet your rhythm. Maybe she says, we should catch up sometime. Most guys jump in with, absolutely, whenever you want. A stronger answer is, yeah, maybe. My week's pretty full, but let me know what you had in mind. That sentence does a lot. It tells her you're open, but not waiting. Interested, but not hooked. Warm, but not easy. And here's why that lands. Her gut starts saying, if I lose access to this, I may not get it back the same way. That's when she starts leaning in. That's when your presence stops feeling convenient and starts feeling rare. And rare creates gravity. 7. If she comes back, don't return as the old you. This is the final piece. And honestly, bro, this is where everything gets won or lost. Most guys spend all their energy trying to create the realization, then destroy it the second she comes back. She reaches out, she softens, she gives you a window, and you instantly go back to over-explaining, over-giving, over-investing, and emotionally sprinting to lock it down. That kills the shift. Because what made it hit her wasn't your words, it was your evolution, it was your grounded presence. It was the fact that your energy stopped begging and started settling. So if she returns, don't greet her with the old version of you. Not with resentment, not with fake indifference, not with thirsty relief, but with calm standards. You can be open, you can be real, you can even be warm, but you stay rooted. Wrong approach sounds like this. I knew you'd come back, so what happened? Do you want to try again? I just need honesty this time. Right approach sounds like this. It's good to hear from you. I'm open to seeing where things are now, but I move differently these days. That line changes everything, because now she's not re-entering the old dynamic. She's stepping into a new one where your self-respect is part of the connection. and that's when her mind starts replaying everything. This is the version of him I wasn't ready for before. He feels calm now. He feels solid. He feels like the one man I can't easily put back on the shelf. And when you do that, she doesn't just feel relief that you're still there. She feels the full weight of what she almost lost. That's the shift that turns interest into obsession. So remember what this is really about. This isn't about manipulating an avoidant into missing you. It's not about using silence like a weapon. It's not about becoming cold, detached, or emotionally unavailable yourself. It's about becoming so grounded, so real, and so settled in your own value that your absence finally tells the truth your availability never could. Because when you internalize this, you stop performing and start being. You stop chasing signs and start creating presence. You stop asking her to choose your worth and start living like it was never up for debate. That's the transformation. This isn't about memorizing a list. It's about becoming the kind of man who doesn't need one, the kind of man whose energy speaks before his mouth does, the kind of man she feels long after the conversation ends. And here's the line I want you to remember.